Yo, what's up, guys? So, I'm back, and I plan on sticking around. I know I say this all the time, and I know I've said that all the time. So, I don't know how often I'll upload. I'm just going to try to upload videos every once in a while, speaking upon Call of Duty and stuff. I'm trying to get back into it. So, if you guys have watched a couple of videos by a few of your favorite YouTubers, you'll know, for one, that this game right here, this game, is the most mixed reviewed opinions I've ever seen on a Call of Duty game, actually. Because, okay, so for one, first thing people will mention is there's not a lot of customization. It's, in my opinion, yeah, that's true. It's a step back, and I don't think that that's something that can be patched in. So, you've got your main classes here. So I'll get into a bunch of stuff. I'm going to make this video pretty long. I'll try to condense as much as I can and cut out all the fluff and unnecessary stuff. So, first thing you start out with, when you first go to the main menu of this game, which is, it'll have like its own little option where you could choose campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and then local play. I defaulted my multiplayer to that, so it'll just basically save me some time. Not much, but it's definitely noticeable. We've got a few things here. Quartermaster's just kind of, I call them the impossible challenges. A lot of these are ridiculous. Like, who the fuck's going to get 35 kills in TDM besides, like, the demigods of Call of Duty, you know? So, anyway. And you have to do that in, like, 10 minutes, so I don't understand that. But these are actually achievable challenges. These are, these just help you rank up. You can get supply drops from, as you can see at the bottom right. And, you can get rare supply drops, etc. So, of course, they added those into the game. Who would have thought, right? And then this is so you can just prestige your divisions. I've got mine on 3rd prestige for airborne because it's an SMG division, so I can prestige that as up to, I think, 4. So infantry is my second use because these other 3 are pretty much shit. The only one that's pretty decent besides airborne and infantry is probably mountain, just because you get ghost and dead silence, I believe, and something else. But it's pretty ridiculous. Armored's pretty good. You got flak jacket, and you don't get concussed by grenades and stuff. It's pretty good. You don't have to use it with just LMGs, but I like the perks that you get from airborne probably the most, along with rifleman, because it's just so stupid good. Rifleman, it gives you another additionary slot, so you can add another attachment on your gun, whatever you want to have it. So, you know, like if you have ARs, you can get like 5 attachments on your ARs. It's stupid. The ARs are very dominant in this game, as you guys probably know. The bar is probably the most overpowered gun we've seen in Call of Duty in quite some time. And it's along with the STG-44, low recoil, you know, that kind of deal. A lot of people are saying the STG-44 was like the ACR, and I would say almost not quite. It doesn't do as much damage. The bar is kind of more like the ACR. It doesn't have that much recoil. I think they nerfed it, actually. Not enough, obviously, because everyone's still using it. The bar is pretty good. The FG-42 is pretty good. I don't know if it's necessarily OP. I used to compare it to the bar when I first unlocked these. I'm 3rd prestige. And, you know, I used to use these. Like, I use every weapon in the game because I'm trying to rank up as fast as possible. I mean, I'm already 3rd prestige. I haven't played this game in about 3 days, but I just decided to make a video. You know, so, here you are. But, you know, so we got the SMGs. Every SMG is pretty good. The only one I don't really like too much is probably the MP40. I don't know why, but every time I use it, I get my ass kicked, so I just don't use it. I really like the WAF. I think it's very underrated. Not enough people use it. It's hard to use at first though. It's got a high rate of fire, high recoil, so it does, you know, it's like the Type 100 but a higher rate of fire with lower range, you know. So I compare it to probably like the Scorpion Evo off of previous predecessors, you know, like from Black Ops 2. Here's why this game took a step back as far as create a class goes. Okay, so the divisions is one big flaw. I think it's a flaw because I don't know if they were trying to make it cause more balance. You know, you can only use this class. You can't create these godlike custom classes. You can't have like Ghost with dead silence and, you know, lightweight, marathon, etc. I know they don't call it that in this game. I'm just giving you guys that for a simplistic kind of perspective. So you can see each one gives you, it'll say like the progression. It'll say like what each tier gets. You get 4 tiers in your division, and each one unlocks certain shit. So like, if you have range with SMG issues, then just use the Type 100 and use advanced rifling that thinks basically an AR with the mobility of an SMG. So you get an additionary primary attachment, you get extra mags, so it's kind of like bandolier, and then you get to move significantly faster. So you got stalker essentially, or stock, whatever you want to call it. So you get to move faster while aim down sight. You know, you get sprint longer, so you got marathon. You get to climb over obstacles faster. That's dexterity. and then you get increased movement speed, lightweight. This is the rusher class. If you rush a lot, I would highly recommend you use one of these two. If you're playing objective game modes, use armored, because you get basically tack mask, you get flak jacket, and then you don't take as much fire damage, which no one really knows how painful incendiary shells are until you get hit with a shotgun that doesn't stop shooting you with them. But they're pretty annoying. Snipers, basic. You got ghost. You're hidden from player control, kill streak, so you got blind eye. The kill streaks suck ass in this game, so that's unnecessary. But there's only like 2 good kill streaks. The UAV is probably the best, because it's like, okay, so not a lot of people use mountain, but if you're playing a lot of higher ranked players, they're going to use mountain, or they're going to use the basic training perk that lets you move, and it's like ghost, where you have to move to stay off the radar. But at least they included it so you don't have to use mountain. You can use airborne with that. But there's a few basic trainings that I really love, and I wish you could use more than one. But that's probably something that'll never get changed, so expect that. So you got silent movements, so dead silence. Simple. Footsteps are loud as shit in this game, so that's pretty effective. And then you got the expeditionary, where you get the shotguns with the fire rounds. Again, you're just more of an asshole when you use them, but I don't really like the class. I think it's pretty useless. You get to select basically a tactical and lethal. Who gives a shit? The grenades is all you need in this game. Fuck everything else. Because the grenades are OP as shit. You throw it faster and while sprinting, which is kind of funny. So if you're trying to charge B domination, or if you're playing on a hard point, whatever, you can just chuck that bitch while you're sprinting. That's pretty cool. And you get to respawn from killed enemies. So you got scavenger. I don't know why it's on the least liked division, but whatever. What are you gonna do? You guys probably already knew all this, but for those of you who are watching, and whatever, you just want to watch, and you just want to be more informed, or in case you haven't bought the game yet, you probably shouldn't, but it's not a terrible Call of Duty. It's probably the best we've seen in 4 years. That's not really saying much. Okay, so when you choose the gun, not every gun has a variant, but some do. So variants don't really do much, at least now as it stands. Before they add the micro DLC in, we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of scared to see. It basically does the same thing. It just gives you 10% XP. Cool. I mean, I got that from the care packages that I get from playing the game legitimately. Now, as far as SMGs go, like I said, they're all pretty usable. They're just very nerfed. The LMGs are very good, extremely underrated. I still have yet to prestige the division to unlock the MG42. I don't even know how it is. But I like all these. The MG15 is my favorite, but the Lewis is a close second. It's just beastly. It's so good. The only bad thing is they all reload slow, even with sleight of hand. It's so bad. The sleight of hand perk sucks in this game. It needs a buff, but what are you gonna do? Snipers, they're all pretty good. This is probably the most overpowered one, the Kar 98K. They all one shot pretty much all the time. And yes, you can quickscope, even though the aim assist apparently doesn't exist in this game. I call bullshit on that, because there's no way. But anyway, the shotguns are useless. Don't ever use them. Don't. I mean it. Don't. This is probably the only viable one. And the toggle action is overpowered and hardcore. If you use it in core, it just sucks. And the double barrels, they shouldn't have existed. But I'm just informing you guys so you know what classes are going to probably stay the same. They're not, let's be honest, dude, devs never buff shotguns. They just don't. They either nerf them or they don't touch them. Alright, man. So here we go. Final conclusion. Just don't buy this game. Because, it doesn't have enough content, I feel like, for the price. Okay, so zombies is pretty cool, and I'm sure DLC is going to be pretty dope for zombies. I'm kind of excited for it, because I'm still going to keep the game because I bought it. But the thing is, this game's just not worth it. It doesn't have a lot of content, and I know people can say, well, what about DLC? But imagine an average player doesn't buy DLC. So the biggest problem with this game is I don't know if they're incompetent or if they just don't care enough to fix the bugs. And, you hear this from literally every commentator that's talking about Call of Duty, and I'm not here to hate on the game. Like, it's pretty fun, but recently, as the date is now 11:23, I'm recording again. Sorry guys, I've been ill, so it's been a few days I've had to put this video on the back burner, but if you watch, oh my god, it's Birdman, OMG, it's Birdman, whatever you want to call him. I watch a lot of his videos, and he usually posts Call of Duty and stuff. That's where originally I found him. He makes pretty funny videos. And, he's a pretty big YouTuber, and he tweeted at one of the devs, and the dude never got a response. He wasn't even saying anything bad. It's just these devs, man, I don't get it, man. Like, unless you're saying this is the best COD ever made, or something along those lines of basically just blowing smoke up their ass, you won't get any attention, man. Even if it's a genuinely decent conversation, like he even just asked him a question, it wasn't even anything bad. Dude didn't give a shit, you know. And people could say, well, he may have not seen the tweet bullshit. So, yeah, skip this one, man. I think when Treyarch makes the next Call of Duty, I heard it's rumored to be in modern times, so it's probably going to be like a Black Ops 1 and 2 kind of era. You know, man, I don't know. Treyarch probably will do pretty good. They always make pretty fun Call of Duties. Black Ops 3, even though I didn't like it, it was probably my least favorite they've made. It's still better and more fun than this game as far as functionality goes. The game actually functions. It's got a lot of pay-to-win shit in it. I mean, this game probably will too, let's be honest. You know, they've already got supply drops in it. Yeah, they put it off to fix a few of the server issues, but let's be honest, dude, this game still runs like shit. I mean, you saw one of the glitches in the beginning where, you know, you still can't spawn the fuck in, even though you're in the match and you choose a class. It's just ridiculous because that should be fixed, man. This has been weeks after launch, and that's still a problem. I'll explain why it's a big problem. Imagine you're playing domination, you got to go get the flag. You're going to be late to getting the flag. And everyone experiences this problem at least a few times a day when they play this game. How do you have that problem still in your game? And you had an extra year to develop it. It's ridiculous. Games from 2008 didn't even have this issue, man. It's just absurd. Check this out, by the way.
Sure.
Oh! Gotta love those headshot sound effects. I will say that sounds pretty cool in this game. Like I said, I hope you guys stuck around. I will leave a link in the video description of Birdman's video where he talked about it if you're curious. But you guys should go check it out, man. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Touchdown, all you gotta do is sell. Hey, they gon' ask you questions, but you better not tell them.